Hey friends, Ash here with Gents. Hope you're doing well. I've got a haul video for you guys. I'm pretty pumped. I hope it's going to be a good one. This haul touches on everything I like. Got something discontinued at a nice, well, hopefully nice niche fragrance. I have a cheap clone that I've never smelled that could be really good. And I have an under the radar designer fragrance that might be, maybe, a great alternative to a really expensive niche one. So we got kind of the whole shebang here. Let's jump into it. Today's video is brought to you courtesy of fragrancebuy.ca. In case you're unaware of Fragrance Buy, I've got a link in the description, both to these fragrances and their website. They have great prices on niche fragrances, designer fragrances, basically all the fragrances. And one thing that I like about Fragrance Buy over other discounters is they seem to get everything first, like through some sort of witchcraft, some sorcery. They end up getting new releases at discounted prices before any other discounter. And with that being said, let's crack into this. I'm going to show you the 4 fragrances right now, and we'll start opening them up. First off, we've got a cardboard box that's super ugly. Oh wait, inside of here, Cartier Roadster, which is discontinued, and the price that it goes for is about double what it is on Fragrance Buy. So of course, got to get that. Then we have Baldi Serini's Signature in a tester box, which is again very ugly, but more affordable. Then we have Charuto Tobacco Veneer. What could this be a clone of? I wonder. And then last but definitely not least, Fortin Manley Confessions of a Garden Gnome. And for all my guys from back in the day, when they hear gnome and they think David the Gnome, shout out to you. First up, we're gonna do Baldi Serini's Signature. And I tricked you. You thought it was a tester, didn't you? Because of the white box. And also because I said it was a tester. No! It's not. Also, you gotta love on the top of the box here, they're really pushing this. Separates the men from the boys. Then on the front, you've got the name of the house, name of the fragrance, size and concentration, 90 ml eau de toilette. On the bottom, your badge code is 1500. And here's the bottle. Nice, simple design, clean. Cap has a little touch of heft to it, but still plasticky. It looks simple. Hey. Not bad, especially off a tester strip. Tester strips though, they lie. I'm gonna have to do it. I'm going in on skin. That is pleasant. Not bad, let's go. Bergamot, apple, pink pepper, woodiness, like a modern fresh woodiness, touch of green. Gotten some comparisons to Aventus. So that's what I was alluding to earlier. Aventus, not really. Vaguely reminiscent of Mont Blanc Explorer. It's like Explorer with more leather and slight green woodiness. So is it like Explorer? Yes, but also no, kind of its own thing. And I really like the way it smells. I would say between the two that Explorer probably is going to be more mass appealing to more people, and yet Baldi Serini's Signature is more masculine, if that makes any sense. The leather is not overwhelming. It's not gasoline leather or hardcore biker leather or just fell off an animal's backside leather, animalic, I mean to say. But it's still there and it's fairly noticeable if you get a nice big whiff. We're going next, Fortin Manley, I almost dropped it. Confessions of David the Gnome. I like how it has a little bow on it. Nice little touch there. Could probably double as like a sweet headband. So we've got Fortin Manley, Confessions of David the Gnome, 50 ml, Melbourne. It is an extrait de parfum. You got the little Fortin Manley Jester logo up at the top, and then your ingredient info on the bottom. So on the front of the bottle, that's the best part. I love these little plaques on the front of every Fortin Manley. They just look so awesome. Attention to details, top notch. That is really nice. It's like fresh, green, floral, herbal, all at the same time, sweet. I think I need to go ahead and just... It would work maybe on a baby's head a bit better. There's something soft and comforting about this. So interesting. It's like forest, garden, floral, herbal, but does it smell good? Yeah, I like it a lot. I think that it's definitely unisex, and definitely it's going to be the most complex of the bunch that we sniffed today. So far, though, 2 fragrances, 2 thumbs ups. Charuto time. Charuto? Naruto? Yeah, could be. It's got a little dude on the front who looks kind of like Fidel Castro. Is that Fidel Castro? Anyway, he's chomping on a cigar. Yep, chomping on a cigar there. Tobacco Veneer Charuto Pandora Scents. Eau de Parfum 100 ml size. Ingredients on the back there, made in UAE. On the bottom, batch code, mine expires May 2026. And here she is in all her glory. Got a little plaque on the front. Is that yeah, looks like a little stuck on plaque there. I didn't know if it was a sticker. Or then you've got the name of the fragrance, name of the house. You've got Charuto up at the top, logo on the back, sticker on the bottom. You're gonna have to stretch your imagination a little bit, but this one, Tobacco Veneer, this is supposed to be a clone of Tom Ford Tobacco Veneer. That's when you just can't figure out what to name your clone. You say, just name it exactly the name of the thing we're cloning. Definitely a little rougher around the edges, not as sweet as the original Tobacco Veneer. More spices here. And then Tonka kind of coming through instead of vanilla. It has an almost, well, I was going to say kind of an aromatic feel, like a little green aromatics, but that dissipated pretty quickly. Oh, what the F? It went the wrong way. One thing that I'm noticing with this atomizer, I thought that the bottle was leaking at first. It's not. But when you spray the atomizer, it hits the front end of the bottle. So I don't know if you can pick this up, but here along the front edge, it's all wet now. Because every time that I spray, it's kind of misting the front of the bottle at the same time. Yeah, it's not as smooth, not as much vanilla, not as sweet, maybe a little bit drier than the original Tobacco Veneer. It's got like a hint of a chocolate type spice. Spices aren't as lively, which you'd expect. I mean, it's like $20 some as compared to Tobacco Veneer. It's like 10% the price. You know, it's a decent alternative to Tobacco Veneer. It's not going to be something that's close enough that you could use it to just completely replicate Tobacco Veneer. You know, as it starts to dry a little bit, you get some florals in there. Like little hints of like a nondescript floral. More cocoa tonka tobacco with a bit of woodiness underneath. Like I said, a little rough around the edges, but for the price, it does smell good. It's one of those clone or inspired by type fragrances that I would say is maybe, what, 50-50, you know, compared to the original. Cartier Roadster. This one actually is exactly. Here's a little bottle for you, and it's got that nice little twisteroony cap. Yeah, so Roadster, it got a little bit of love years back and then was discontinued, and prices have risen. And nowadays, this thing is gonna cost you on eBay between $100 and $150, depending on the seller. So of course, like I said, had to get it. I'm a sucker for discontinued stuff. Dang, that's a lot of mint. Yeah, that is big mint. That's a lot of it. If you're not a fan of semi-mentholated fresh green mint, not going to be a fan of this. If you are a fan, you're going to like the opening, I'll tell you that much. Got this little hint of woodiness, sweetness, vanilla underneath, but that mint is really popping in the opening. It's just, you know, it's showing its muscles. Does have a little bit of a throwback style. Not throwback as in, you know, the 80s or anything like that, but throwback a bit in the sense that it's not trying to play into your modern tropes, you know, your sweet gourmand, toffee, caramel, amberwood, lavender, aromatic fougères that have become really popular lately. None of that. This thing is just like, hey, bro, you want to smell some mint? And not like a Versace Eros mint either. This one is more with that slight herbal tinge to it, you know, that little bit of green instead of a sweetness overload with the way the mint is presented, I should say. I would imagine a small amount of people might liken this to toothpaste. Not me personally, but I know that mints, the way that they're used, like in this, some people will go, oh, all I smell is Aqua Fresh toothpaste or something, Colgate. I like that though. I like that. All right, a quick revisit of each fragrance and we'll wrap this up. First, of course, Baldi Serini Signature, since that was the first one sprayed on. For a fragrance from a fragrance house that pretty much just flies right under the radar, that gets very little to no mention or hype, this is a surprisingly well done, competent, versatile fragrance. It's masculine, it's wearable by just about anybody. It doesn't go overboard with this sweetness, but at the same time, it keeps everything kind of tied together. You get that bit of sweetness from the fruit in the opening. So you get a little bit, helps kind of lead you in. Fresh spices, got Akigala wood in there. Again, that leather, but it's actually kind of stepped back a little bit. So instead now it's more fresh, spicy, woodsy. Yeah, that opening. Okay, the opening, the very initial opening, that's where people are getting the Aventus similarity. I like that. That's a nice, like, easy, everyday wear kind of fragrance, office safe, good casual scent. Oh, those florals have come out more now. It's kind of sitting a little softly on my skin, but I like the way that it's coming across. It doesn't need to be too strong. Like little bits of musk and lily of the valley. Now, even though that is good, and I very much like the way it smells, without a doubt, it'll be my least worn from Fort and Manly, just because I like the other ones more. 40 Thieves, really good. This one, obviously a different take than the other fragrances. The other ones that I have are more ambery, resinous, incensey, those type of scents. Charuto. This has kind of like a similarity to the Just Jack fragrances, which are clones of Tom Ford fragrances. It's got this similar scent profile. When you smell them, there's just something about them that you pick up immediately. Oh, it's one of those. It's just got this screechy kind of fuzziness around the edges. It's not a bad fragrance, but unfortunately, I'm not really in love with it. Nah. One of those deals where somebody says, yeah, it's only $20 fragrance though, and then you say, yeah, it smells like it. And then Roadster, Vetiver starting to come out. Grassy Vetiver. A lot of people, younger guys are not going to dig that, but I think people middle-aged and older would. And if you've been thinking about that or looking for it, now's the time, because it's like half what you're going to find it for other places. My favorite of the bunch, don't know. In terms of just straight up quality, probably Confessions of a Garden Gnome. In terms of wearability, Baldy Serenity Signature. And in terms of what I'm pumped to add to my collection, because it's friggin' discontinued, this one. All right, guys, it's going to do it for me. Thank you for hanging with me. Again, check out fragrancebuy.ca, one of the best discounters around. Links for all this stuff in the description. And I'll see you guys again tomorrow with another fragrance video. See you guys later.